back with TPTV, and today we've got Bradley Frost from Oxygen Homelands. He's our in-house mortgage broker. So Brad, today just want to give people a bit of an idea. You know, some people go, oh, we're just going to go to our bank, and you know, we've banked with them since I was Dolomite account and all this sort of stuff. You know, we're talking to the bank about how much we can borrow, this, that, the other, and we're always, you know, at open homes and stuff, so yeah, have used a broker. So tell us why, for the people that don't know about brokers, why should they use a broker instead of going back to their traditional bank?
Yeah, it's a good point, that Aaron. I think what a broker does is it gives you choice.
Yeah.
It gives you options, and it gives you access to a broader lending landscape. If you were to take yourself into a branch, you get, or the branch lender will put you into a loan that fits them and you.
Yeah.
What a broker does is, as I said, we look across all the landscape. I've got access to over 30 lenders, so we put your information into the system and it gives us options.
Yeah.
We offer you multiple options, and then through communication and discussion, we come to a decision to pick that bank or this bank for the reasons between the client, myself, and what the bank has to offer.
Yeah, cool. And I believe lending capacity can be different by using a broker versus going to your traditional bank. Because of that choice, you've got so many more products to choose from, rather than maybe 5 or 6 products from that particular one bank that you might walk in the branch to. Is that right?
Absolutely. Across the lenders that we have, a lending capacity could range somewhere from, there could be a $50,000 range between the bottom and the top.
Mm.
Now, the top isn't quite always the best.
Yeah.
So what we do then is we look at the options that we have in front of us in order to give the client the best option they have to then go to market to buy the property at the price they're happy to negotiate at.
Right.
But what it does, it gives them the knowledge and the power that when they are negotiating with you guys as agents and the vendor, they know what their bottom line is, or their top line is, so they know their range to work within.
Right. And I guess the other flexibility about a broker, like your mobile, you can be there at 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night. You can't walk into a bank at 5:05, so, the flexibility from, working couple or a, single parent or whatever it might be, you're more flexible to have those appointments at whatever time suits the client, and I guess that's another big advantage for people.
Absolutely. There's no 5 p.m. shut the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know from dealing with you and some of your clients, I'm meeting them at 8:30 at night, because that's when we can get together as a group and a team, the clients and myself, and discuss what options and what the requirements and the objectives and the hopes and the dreams are.
Sure.
So yeah, a part of what I offer is I fit into their diary, they don't fit into mine.
Yeah, yeah. And that's, people are time poor.
Absolutely, yeah.
They might have plenty of money, but they're time poor.
Yeah.
So you can't buy time.
No, true.
So that's perfect for the people that you're dealing with.
Yep.
And so, in addition to all that, a lot of people might have a mindset of, I've got an unpaid bill on my credit file, or I've got, I'm self-employed or whatever, and I'm not going to be able to get a loan, I'm not going to be able to get finance. I think it might be a bit different. Along with those options that you have, can you help out in those areas?
We certainly can. Like with a traditional, Big Four lender or a mainstream lender, you sometimes are restricted with what you can offer.
Yeah.
But then we have other lenders on our panel that take into consideration people's credit history and that black mark, for use of a better term, that might be on there. So they'll take it into consideration, and with evidence gathering by myself or my team, and in communication with the client, we get explanations around why that happened and what was the reason for it, and we put the case to the lender. And more often than not, they're happy to accept that explanation or case with the evidence backing it.
Sure.
So yeah, there's certainly options out there. There is a loan for someone. It just depends on what we are able to gather information to explain the error in judgment or the issue that they faced historically in regards to their credit and repayment of debt.
Yeah.
And then we, as I said, we push it through to the lender with a strong case.
Yeah.
And then ultimately it goes to the credit assessment team for either sign off or they send back for rework, and then we just continually work with the client to get a positive resolution.
Cool. So, Brad, we're also seeing that lending capacity from a buyer might have been 680, now it's 620.
Yep.
Why is that? You know, when they're getting pre-approved again, like on their pre-approvals, why is that tightening up so much?
A lot of the banks offer 6-month or 3-month pre-approvals.
Yep.
So someone that might have had their pre-approval, let's say in December last year, let's use that date, they come to us with the pre-approval, we look at it, the bank will want to reassess their entire financial position.
Yeah.
So what was in place then in regards to their financial position in regards like credit cards, personal loans, car loans, afterpay, gym memberships, school fees, if they've had changes, increases or decreases, we need to be able to get that information and scrutinise it to put it to the lender, because things like afterpay is very, people quite like it in this environment because, you know, buy now, pay later.
Yeah.
But it's deemed as an approved credit amount.
Right.
So if that's sitting there as an approved credit amount, that can reduce their lending capacity once the bank puts it all into the system, and it ultimately provides the result or the lending capacity for that client. So something like even a $2,000 afterpay can reduce a person's lending capacity by a few $1,000s, which could be the catalyst for buying or not able to reach the price required.
Yeah. Even though it's going to be paid off in a really short period of time, it's still a line of credit as such,
Ultimately, it is a line of credit as such. It's an approved credit facility for that person and or that couple. The interest-free things, the gym memberships, all of those sorts of things. The living expenses for households are heavily scrutinised these days, and we need to take it all into consideration. And it heavily affects the overall lending capacity or the maximum lending capacity for any client at any given time.
So, Brad, obviously, thanks for that. That's really good content for all of our viewers. Obviously, we're here referring you into the lounge rooms, kitchen tables at night times, and so thank you very much for the insight, and I hope everybody gets something out of that. Cheers, mate.
No dramas at all. Just here to help.
Good on you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Aaron.